be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here we go.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
180.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Tight right. 3 down.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
72. Check. Crunch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
380.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Green 80.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Set. Green 80. Green set.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Here we go. Hank. Green 80. Green 80. Lucy. 90 is a Mike. Green is
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Hey.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
You got 4. You got set. Green 80. So left. Hey, hold it, hold it, hold it.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. This fielded at the 2. And an alley to run. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he stopped immediately there. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Set. Green 80. Green is set.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, it's Bortles. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
4 down, 4 down. Green 80. Green 80.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go, here we go. Number 54 right here. Hank.
Bortles now to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Jaguars on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15.
Green 80. Green is right.
Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 94 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
3 down.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger. And this one's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Roethlisberger will throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of it.
Everyone's got four down. Let's go. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Hey, four down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is...
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Bortles will keep it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account the game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And his throw here is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Green 80. Green 80. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And incomplete on the deep ball. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Green 80. 4 down.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Green 80. Green 80. Lucy. Check right 21. Check right 21. Green is it.
Back to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Here we go.
Bortles now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Check. Green 80.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hank.
Hey, check, Mike 21, Mike 21.
So right.
Don't let him breathe.
Now Bortles got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field, set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. First throw in overtime now for Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Stepping up, he's going to keep him. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dewan Smoot in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
Jack 16.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Oh, yeah.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
3 down. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 3 down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep for Moncrief. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
372.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
3 down.
380. 380.
Slam.
Hey, 54 Ricky.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
380. 380.
Now Bortles. Oh, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey,
Connor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malik Jackson forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Let's go, Mike. 50.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Malik Jackson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Green 80. Green 80. 76, 76. 372. Green attack.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
11B, 11B.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Green attack.
Bortles now on 1st down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Bortles now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
I got trick this side,
Green attack.
On play action, it's Bortles. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Jaguars have won the
And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball.